Well, today we've gotten close to three stories from three different sources coming in through from Netherlands, linking Bakayoko to the side of Arsenal. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? I do here watching us from Ego, but the names of Rokani David. It's much like button, comment, and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Thierry might be a head coach of a certain national team, and Zerbi, here we go, pronounced like 2 days back, and we had to let you know that Zerbi is gonna hate to get himself a job in there. So smash the like button, comment, and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are here to see to it that we bring you the latest news and information. Now, Arsenal is one of those teams that are really looking in for a right winger, whether left-footed or right-footed. It should be a right winger, and on the list, a right winger is really one of those that Arsenal is really looking at to sign and see to it that he obviously takes it to the next level. And we thank God for the gift of Able Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Now, Bakayoko to Arsenal inquiry has gone to be made by the side of Arsenal, right? And we've been told by DHLS Sport that Arsenal currently the number one track for winger Johan Bakayoko and could beat the competition for his signature. No agreement is closed yet, but the file is moving in the right direction, right? After that, we get Gazette van Antwerpen. You know, this comes in through from Belgium. The Gunners are the most concrete track for Johan Bakayoko. No deal between clubs yet, but the agreement could evolve quickly. Then afterwards, we go to a story from Rick Elfrink from Netherlands. They've told us that Arsenal have most definitely contacted PSV to inquire about Johan Bakayoko. However, at this stage, no formal offer has come in. The player would have to decide if it is right next step for him, considering Saka's presence here more after the Euros. Now, Bakayoko is a Belgian international. He's part of the team of Belgium that is playing at the Euros. And when you look at all those three stories, they're obviously confirming with us that there is something huge that might come in through in between Arsenal and Bakayoko. Bakayoko is a very decent lad, and he has been linked to very many Premier clubs, Chelsea, Arsenal, even Manchester United, I think a little bit, and very many others. And when you look at his price, he goes for 50 million euros. And 50 million euros 50 million euros nowadays, it's really the bare minimum of any player that has really quality onto him. You know. And for Bakayoko, he plays as a right attacking midfielder, left-footed, 21 years of age, and he made 21 years in April of this year, meaning that he's obviously into every box and taking it that Arsenal really want: age, intensity, skill, and when you look at his mentality at that age, he's really one of those that will obviously make a very huge impact the side of Arsenal. So he now joins the list of Pedro Neto, Nico Williams, who else? Which other players linked to Arsenal? Right forward. So he joins that list after Olise is off, and we will be here waiting to see how it pans out and where this guy would want to go. But however much Arsenal is interested in signing him, there is what we call a very huge block, that in the position where he plays, there is a Bukayo Saka who looks untouchable at the club of Arsenal. And if at all you are Bakayoko at the age of 21, all you would want to get is go to a side that will best give you enough playing time. And with the stats that have gone to be put out, Saka is that kind of player that is not droppable at Arsenal, unless otherwise he says, I really want to get off. But every time he's on the pitch, the manager of Arsenal, that is Mikel Arteta, looks like he doesn't want to get him off the field of play. And he even tried to play him most times when he's really having what we call an ankle injury. That is Arsenal for you onto Bakayoko. And I tell you what, it is really gonna take loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of convincing him to really make Arsenal as his choice, because the manager will have to obviously tell him that Saka is droppable provided you're really outperforming him. You know, we've seen it. On to Martinelli, it was not when Martinelli was not putting in the shift that Mikel Arteta went ahead to make a decision to obviously drop him for Leandro Trossard. But for Bukayo Saka, I think it might be something different altogether. And I really anticipate that Arsenal will have to put in a lot of convincement for this Bakayoko guy. But he's a very good player. Very good player. And at that age, you really know that Arteta has shown us that he can improve young players and really make them better. And Bakayoko is yet one of those that we're yet to look at. But talking of them going into talks and being the one leading the rest shows you that there has been some work that is being done behind the doors, and we have to respect these sources. And it shows you that there is Arsenal interest for the player. And Arsenal being linked to very many midfielders is more of a confirmation that maybe another right winger will be needed at the club of Arsenal to come and compete with Bukayo Saka. And right now he's with the Belgian national team, the Euros, meaning that he has to wait, not until his team really gets knocked out or wins the tournament, and then he'll make a decision on his next future, on where he's going to be playing next. But I think it's high time he left the side of PSV. According to me, it's high time he left the side of PSV, because he needs to take another big step into the way. But they say there is no agreement in between Arsenal and PSV, meaning that Arsenal are really trying to talk with the entourage of the player. And with Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in through to Manchester United, Arsenal has to do something quick if at all they really want to get this deal over the line, as Ruud van Nistelrooy might be very pivotal in what we call convincing Bakayoko to join the club of Manchester United. We know United needed Olise, and Olise ended up going to Bayern Munich. And we all know they still need a right attacking midfielder, meaning that on either Amad Diallo or Anthony, one player is going to be moved on by the side of Manchester United, another player will be needed. And Ruud van Nistelrooy will come in through and obviously try to convince the player to join the side of Manchester United. So Arsenal needs to do a lot if they're going to hit to make this guy their choice that they want to obviously sign in this summer transfer. And that's all about Bakayoko, and we wait to see what is going to come to the table of the news. And Bakayoko asked about his future before he went ahead to play in the Euros. This is what Bakayoko had to say. He said, "The only thing I can say is that next year I'll be on a football pitch somewhere. I received a call from company last year, indeed." He then explained his vision. That was nice. I clarified my view. It was a good conversation. But that was last summer. So last summer, he chose to stay at PSV over going to Burnley. But this time around, looks like he wants to be playing football somewhere else, in as a very good and talented player into the mix. That is the guy himself, known as Bakayoko. And let's obviously head to the other story. It's all about Thierry Henry. He's coaching the Olympics team of France, but it looks like there is a job awaiting for him. TalkSport have told us that Thierry Henry is being considered by Wolves for their vacant manager's role after Rob Page's departure. Now, Henry is one of those whose managerial career has not gone on as well. He has been sacked on close to 2 or 3 occasions, and a lot is really being put up to stake for the guy as Thierry Henry. So, as it stands, Thierry Henry is one of those people that's going to obviously come up and really show persistence. You know, he has gone ahead obviously want to become a very good manager, and Wales want to obviously take him. Remember, he was part of that golden team of Belgium and Martinez. He was part of that coaching staff, and it looks like he has gone ahead, obviously getting more and more experience to become the manager of that team. But we wait and see where the decision is going to be made. But I think it will depend on how he performs at the Olympics with the French national team, because they have better quality. And if Italy doesn't get the best out of those players of better quality, then Wales will be like, we don't have the quality that the under-23 France's have, and you are not really putting in a shift. And if Italy obviously get our side to line up with the under-23s of France, they might obviously annihilate them. So he needs to first do something special to see to it that he gets in as a permanent coach or manager of Wales. Lastly, Fabrizio Romano on the 25th, that was 25th, right? I think it is today. He came out and told us that Roberto De Zerbi to Olympic Lyon, to Olympic Marseille, it's a here we go. Agreement signed until June 2027. 3-year deal. De Zerbi ready to start Olympic Marseille chapter with Brescia as first signing. Brighton will receive around 6 million euros of compensation. And I think De Zerbi left the side of Brighton when there is a big club that had gone ahead, obviously, promise him a job. And I think that was Manchester United, because how do you announce that you're leaving when you're not having a destination, you know? And the reason as to why he chose to leave is because Manchester United, sorry, it's because if he really announced his departure after the season, a lot would have been at stake in as far as compensation is really concerned. So after that, he's like, Man United is not only needing me, Bayern didn't come for me, Barcelona didn't come for me. He decided to go to Olympic Marseille. And I think for me it's a drop-off. I think he wants to play in the Champions League maybe. But I think he would have gone ahead to stay at Brighton for just one more season. And I think that one season would have gone ahead, obviously confirmed to everyone that he's a very good manager, and very many teams have gone ahead to queue up for the lad. So that is it coming in through from De Zerbi. And tell me your thoughts about De Zerbi on being the new coach of Marseille. And also, we want to know what your thoughts are about Thierry Henry to become the next Wolves manager. And lastly, what are your thoughts about Bakayoko to Arsenal? Enquiry made, and it's said Arsenal is leading the rest. I'm out.